So today's video comes courtesy of Westkiss. They sent over some beautiful deep wave hair. Now it was not this color. If you recall, like maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I did a review on their deep wave hair, and the hair was in its natural deep wave texture and color, and I decided to play with this hair some more because I really loved it and go ahead and bleach it. Now I did bleach the hell out of this hair. I bleached it and then I added this nice little color onto it. This is Cinnamon by Miss Adore, but I had to bleach it to lighten it first to achieve this color. Now I did really like the dimension in it. There's a little bit of dark, and it's kind of like when you do it messy a little bit, not messy, but when you basically kind of miss a few pieces here, kind of bleach a few pieces here, you'll find that you'll get a little bit of dimension. The only thing I will say is that I messed up on the roots a little bit because I did bleach the knots before, or I don't even know why, but the roots did, they were the last part that I bleached, and they still came out much lighter in here, but that's okay. I can go ahead and clean that up after the fact with a nice chocolate brown or whatever, but I'm super in love with the color of this hair. So let me show you guys what the hair looks like from the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the tutorial of how I got this look and this color, and as soon as I'm done, I'll be back with my thoughts on the hair itself. So let's jump right in. We have our BW bleach. I picked this up from Sally's, but I will have everything linked down below. I think I took about 5 scoops, 6 scoops. I use much less when I bleach knots, but you are going to be dyeing a whole wig, so you want to use a lot. I'm also going to use my 40 volume developer, and then I'm going to use these little red and gold drops. I'll have those linked down below. Those are to help cancel out any, how do you say it? Basically, it makes it to where it kind of tones the hair. As you can see, they're purple. I really just squeeze it in, to be honest. They're by Ardell, and again, I'll have them linked down below. But they're kind of like, they cancel out any kind of like brassiness. They kind of tone the hair a little bit. So this is the texture of it. You can make it a little bit more soupy if you would like, but because I am going to be bleaching the wig like vertical with the wig standing up like so, I don't want to make the mixture too thin, and then like when I'm bleaching it get kind of messy and like liquid and just falling everywhere. So I do kind of want it to be a little bit more thick or tacky. If you want to stretch your bleach a little bit more, go ahead and make it thinner, but then it probably would be better to bleach your wig or dye your wig like laying on a flat surface, if that makes any sense. So here you see me parting the wig into pieces. I did make a huge gap in this wig because I did not want it to dent. So that's the big gap in there. But I did make this wig myself. I do have the review of this hair, the original review of this hair linked in the description bar if you are interested in the hair. It is some beautiful deep wave hair from Westkiss. And here I am just applying the product. I am very, 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 very impatient when it comes to dyeing hair, tweezing hairlines, as you guys know on my channel. But 2018, new me, right? New me, new channel, and I'm trying to do a little bit more and kind of go back more into depth and teaching you guys how to do, you know, different hairstyles opposed to the same old thing. So the next minute or two of this video is going to be very repetitive. I'm just going to be applying the bleach mixture that I made to the hair. I will say that I did run out of the bleach mixture about halfway through, and I made a second batch. So if you want to use a bigger bowl, or if you want to you know, fill up your bowl a little bit more, be my guest. I went ahead, like I said, and I didn't want to overfill the bowl to the point that it's spilling out when I had to mix it. But what I do is I apply the bleach as best I can, trying not to leave out any strands. Once I've got the product all the way through, I kind of brush or comb it through. That way no strand is left behind, and then I kind of just roll it up and put a little bit of foil around it. The foil is going to help the hair to process a little bit better and a little bit faster, but you don't have to do the foil. It also keeps the hair out of the way as an added bonus. Right here I got a little bit impatient, and I was barely at the beginning and I was already impatient. So I just have to learn how to be a little bit more patient with this process, because I will be doing much more in-depth tutorials of how to like color hair, process hair, and different ways to, you know, do fun things with your hair, not just baby hair and, you know, bleach knots. So here I am trying to make sure the hair or the bleach is on every aspect of the hair. I went back to the brush because it is a little bit more of a cleaner application. And you just want to get that in there. I would recommend, I feel like the best, absolute best way to get an accurate color and a clean color. Here I did run out of the bleach. But the best way to get your product distributed super even and super, you know, less messy, I would say, is to bleach your bundles before you make your wig. In this case, I didn't know I was going to bleach the hair until after I made the wig. But I am reaching the top. The best thing to do is work in sections. I believe it's better to work in sections smaller than this. But again, I was kind of rushing because it's like kids are taking a nap. I got a couple minutes. Let me just get it done before they wake up. So this is, I believe, the second bow that I made. I kind of basically made double of what I had. And if you see under there, the hair is already processing. And this is why it is so much better if you go ahead and you bleach your bundles before you make your wig. Now keep in mind, I am still fairly new to this. I'm self-taught. I'm not, I didn't go to beauty school or hair school or anything like that. So I've been just teaching myself over the last few months of how to do this. So if you have any tips on how to perfect my technique, I know it's very messy, but again, I was just trying to get the job done as far as getting the bleach on the hair as fast as possible, because it kind of looks scary when you look at the bottom and you see that it's already processing so much and you have not even gotten to the top of the wig yet. So be sure to leave me comments, constructive criticism on how I can, you know, make this a better process. I also was a little bit unsure about how to add the foil, so I kind of just rolled it up and just put it on top. But I know it's not professional looking, but I did go to Sally's and I did buy like a little board that'll help me to apply the bleach a little bit better and a little bit faster. But yeah, that's pretty much my technique. Make sure that you're using gloves. Make sure that you're using foil to separate the hair and to help the hair process a little bit faster. Also, make sure that you keep an eye on the clock. Pay attention to what time you started this process and what time you finish and how long you're going to allow the entire wig to process all together. You also want to make sure that you are doing it in a safe environment where the bleach is not like falling on the floor or on the surfaces around your house, because it will stain. Like if it gets on your towels will be bleached, if you didn't already know that. So, you know, just pay attention to your surroundings and make sure that your area is clean and ventilated, so that you're not getting sick, because I know when I was pregnant with my daughter, I did find myself getting a little bit dizzy from the smells. And that was my whole spill. But we're almost at the very top and almost done. So as you can see, I did the parting at like the very last minute. And you will see once the wig is done that it got super light at the parting. I'm going to assume because I did bleach the knots before and the roots are probably a little bit more fragile because of that. It took the product much more fast, and that's why. But I just figured that because I did the top last, that the roots would be darker, and it actually was the opposite, which was very interesting. So all of this is trial and error for me, but now I know that if I want the roots to be a little bit more dark toned, to try something different. So I did let the bleach stay on the hair for exactly 25 minutes, and and then I went ahead and rinsed it out really, really, really good. I used my purple shampoo. Again, I'll have everything listed in the description bar. This one I kind of got in there really, really, really good. I wanted to make sure that I put so much bleach in there that I wanted to make sure that all of it got out. You can also use a neutralizing shampoo if you want to stop the bleaching process, but water will work fine. And you can see there how light the roots got. I was really concerned about that. I was really nervous that it was gonna ruin my lace, but it honestly didn't. I left some deep conditioner in there overnight. I'll have it linked down below. Woke up, rinsed it out, let the hair air dry a little bit. Now I have my cinnamon semi-permanent from Miss Adore with a 20 volume developer. I really don't need the developer. You can mix it with the conditioner. I don't even know why. Honestly, I used a developer because the hair was already so light, but I would recommend that if you want to stretch it a little bit, use conditioner, not developer. But again, this was all trial and error, so I did mix that up and I just applied it. It's so much easier to apply hair or color to hair when you lay the hair flat on the surface. So this process was a little bit more clean and a little bit more neat and a lot less messy than when I was bleaching the wig in the first place. I absolutely loved this color. My only reservation was the roots, and that's why I went ahead and did the cinnamon. I was already planning on doing the cinnamon from the very beginning, but I did fall in love with the color of the hair as is, but those roots were not going to fly, so I knew I had to do something, so I just stuck with the original plan of the cinnamon color. And it's going to come out super beautiful, so I'm not mad at it at all. I just really liked that Beyonce multi-dimensional brown I had going, and I ran out of my mixture, so instead of making another batch of that, I just went ahead and went for it and just squeezed a bunch of the second bottle all over the hair because I wanted it to have dimension, but I didn't want to have like huge patches of blonde. If you liked the color that the hair was just from the hair dye, go ahead and just tone it really quickly with like a T18 and a 20 volume developer, and then rinse it out. Here I am putting in a little bit of conditioner. Again, I did put this hair through the ringer with all of that bleach, so I did want to make sure I put conditioner in it, even though I deep conditioned it already. And I'm just going to sit it on the mannequin head or leave it here with a towel beneath it on the floor and let it air dry. And now I'm going to tell you my thoughts on the hair and how everything went. If you survived, hit that like button. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys enjoyed this
now onto my thoughts.
So yeah, the hair is a little bit wet right now. Soon as it was done, I added the wet to it and kind of scrunched it up, and I let it hang dry and air dry on the mannequin head. But because I did switch the part to the opposite side, I have to kind of re-wet it to kind of make this lay down again and then do the baby hair. So it is like maybe about 80% dry. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out Westkiss. I have the details on this hair and the description bar, as well as my original review on this hair. If I didn't mention, this is 18-20-20 with an 18-inch lace frontal. And all that is in the description bar. I believe I have a coupon code for you guys for some money off. So check all that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe and hit that bell button so you'll never miss a video from me again. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.